Welcome in, Believe in Commanders podcast, part of the Believe Network. And we are brought to you by FanDuel. Of course, Scott Jackson and Anthony Armstrong, number 13 over there on the far right. And we are excited to have in the center square, I think they call him the OG, Anthony, the one and only Rick Doc Walker, of course, member of the Hogs Fun Bunch, and my longtime radio partner, Divas, color analyst, all that
DC
stuff.
Divas, baby. Don't forget
That's
the
right.
Divas.
That's right. Big game this weekend. Hopefully getting into the championship in Canton with a win over Pittsburgh. But the DOC is joining us. A good timing with the news about Riggo this week, and happy to have you on, Doc. How you been?
I'm doing good, man. Good to see Ace. I was so happy for him. He's the most dynamic individual that I've ever played with. I mean, as a teammate, he's incredible, and you don't even get to hear the stories. The good news is that he's been recognized because of his talent on the playing field, which you'll never hear. You won't hear from me. Is some things that makes him the most incredible teammate ever. And the guy is like Superman, a real action hero who shows up and gets the job done. And a lot of the rumors and most of the things you've heard pieces of are probably true, but you'll never hear from anybody that was a part of it. You damn sure won't hear from me.
I love it. That's that tight connection that you gotta have, man. It's all these Netflix documentaries that people are putting out now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I told my group chat, you better not. It better not be no documentaries coming out about the good old 403. But let's talk about this team here. They are fighting back from a 5-12 year. They were as far as NFC Championship game 2 years prior, but now they need to have a John Riggins type player to help push them over the edge. Who is that guy this year for this team that's going to help them have success?
Well, I think it's the coordinator and having a philosophy that gives them a chance to win, because they're going to try to control the line of scrimmage like most good teams do, run the damn ball. Their plan was, in the past, it just was too inconsistent and too many chances. You're risking your prime asset, which is your quarterback. If you don't protect him, you got no shot. And the defense was AARP, and you got no pressure, and you can't run. So they're lucky it wasn't worse. They were lucky to be 5 and whatever. And hopefully those days are behind us. We're getting back to control the line of scrimmage. We don't pressure the quarterback worth a damn. Now they got people that can hopefully do. So health is the key. I think if this group is healthy, they're going to show up and show out.
We're here with Rick Doc Walker talking Commanders and old Redskins here with Anthony Armstrong, Scott Jackson. We are the Believe Network, Believe in Commanders, and of course brought to you by FanDuel. Please like, comment, and follow the podcast. That always helps. All right, I want to ask you about the Big Terp on offense and what he could bring. I know you were out there for some of this offseason stuff, and it's different because it's not in pads yet. But seeing Chig in person and what he can do, it seems like he's giving them something they haven't had at the tight end position in a while.
Well, he's special, man. And run after the catch. I mean, the guy's a freak once he gets the ball in his hands. And so I'm really, they had to have him. I mean, they were getting first downs. He gives you the chance to get touchdowns. And there'll be everything around him. I mean, they were successful before, but again, AARP club. The game is young people, man. It's young legs, it's quickness. It's just the way it is. And he is bona fide. We don't have to hope. We've seen him do it already. If 5 gets protection, should be fun to watch.
And staying in that tight end room, I mean, you got a lot of guys, and I was talking on another podcast. We were talking about Ben Sinnate, and I was thinking that the young fella could have himself a year in this offense. I think the previous years, he just wasn't being utilized in any way. There wasn't any creativity to try to help capitalize and maximize his skill set.
I agree.
Now you have
and what they had,
go ahead.
They just stayed. They had like a kid with a binky. They had a binky, and it worked a lot.
Yeah,
it really did. But it didn't. You underdeveloped your talent.
Yeah.
This kid in college was a beast.
Yeah.
And I love Bates. What you just got to do. If you run the ball better, all the rest of the stuff takes care of itself. But you don't have the talent to be a throw first team.
Yeah,
you just don't.
It puts too much pressure on your quarterback to be a throw first team, right? I mean, you're if it's incomplete, it's 2nd and 10, right? At least if you fall forward on a run, it can be 2nd and 7. You know what I mean? I'd rather be at 2nd and 7 than 2nd and 10 and then being able to stay in front of the sticks. You talk about running the rock. We'll get off of the
Yeah.
tight ends. We're talking about the running back room. I really like Katron Allen to be somebody that can make some noise real quietly. Who's one of your favorites out of that running back room?
I haven't had one yet until I see him win some games with somebody. I don't get in this window trimming. They won 5 games. I don't like none of them. And so they got to get some people they can win with. This is not about show up. This ain't a fashion show. I like Bill. He stopped fumbling the ball. I don't like him now until he can hold on to the ball. If he does that, then I like it. How can I like a guy that gives the ball away? And the coordinator was a creator, but he's not a winner. He's never won anywhere. So the stat stuff is for off-season preparation. I need to win the games in the season. And to do that, I got to have a new plan, and hopefully this one will be much better than it was in the past.
Rick Dog Walker is with us here in Believe in Commanders, part of the Believe Network. We're brought to you by FanDuel. And please like, comment, and follow the podcast below. What about this O-line, Doc? Obviously, a lot of talent. On the tackles, you've got competition at both guard. Well, one guard spot, you get competition, I should say. Cosme's in there. With center, what do you think about Nick Allegretti? They got the young kid from Michigan State behind him. Do you think they are going to be okay, even though they let Tyler Biadasz go?
Well, I hope so. I mean, the center, everything starts with the snap. So I get a little concerned about the guy with the ball in his hands just as much as the quarterback. He's got to prove that. Everybody else, they got 8 players I trust. We should be big, should be ferocious, but the line can only be as complimentary as the guy who's calling the plays allows it to be. And so if we're slamming that ball in there, and look, it's not trick or treat. We're not trying to fake people out. I want to come out and let people know, yeah, we're running the ball and you can't stop it. And then once we control that, now we got your brain. We do what we want to do with it. If we don't turn it over, if we don't fumble the ball away or get penalties, gives you a much better chance to win if your defense is half of what I hope it'll be. Then I think we can win again. But if we're just trying to win up stats or whatever like that, you're not that good yet. So that's why I think I'll wait to see training camp. Hopefully we'll go up against the Ravens. I got to have better practices, man.
Yeah.
I'm not out there trying to entertain the fans in camp. I'm out there trying to develop a winner.
Yeah, and get ready for the season. Week 1 is Philly on the road, 4.5
I got to
point
bang
dog.
some heads.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to play football anymore. Everybody wants. Eventually, you have to play tackle football.
Yeah.
You can only delay it so long.
Yeah.
Look how many people got hurt last year, and they had that push and pull stuff. My God, that's what I'm saying. If they can't keep people happily, as soft as they were in practice, then I want to see what happens when they go back and start playing tackle football.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely can't have any injuries. Like I said, week 1's against Philly. Week 2 is against Dallas. Then week 3,
division, baby.
you got Seattle, right? You got Super Bowl champs. Week 4, you're on the road against Indy. Talk about the importance, or just how important is it to come out to a fast start this season?
Oh, 500 is you can't be worse than 500. It's how you start. Now you got time to clean it up. I understand all that, but especially if you get to go to Philadelphia, you get to play your brother. The division to me is like playing your brother, your cousins. The East, man, we're supposed to no surprises. You know what you're going to get. They're going to try to punk you. That's what Philly style is. The question are you going to be man enough to go in there and retaliate? It's no mysteries. They're not hiding anything. And hopefully we won't be trying to outflank them. No, let's just bust them in the mouth. Let's run right at them and see if they can deal with it. So that's why the coordinator being new is so important. And trusting that Blau is going to, he was in Detroit with one of my favorite figures, Coach Lunatic. Yeah. And they kept it simple.
Dan Campbell, baby.
Damn right, man. I love because of the fact that he wasn't hiding anything. Sewell and the boys up front, we sticking after you. 2 backs, we're coming downhill, and we got freaks at receiver. So when we do throw it, we can beat you in one play. That's the lethal deal. We got guys out there I trust. They keep talking about our wide receiver room. We sitting around waiting on this wino to make a decision whether or not he's going to get free. And it's entertaining, and we're in the business. So I like content. Give me that uke deal every day, man. Just keep spitting it out. You're helping my work be more comical. But in the end, can he play? We have no idea. You ain't seen him play since I had an afro. So I'm going, all this is entertainment for summer fodder. But it's just ridiculous. I like the kids we have. Love the kid out of Clemson.
Yeah.
I saw him. You love him. Hey, brother's coming out of it. He's explosive.
Yeah.
And I looked at, now again, they're out there playing catch, but I went, ooh. I love a guy that comes off that burst.
Right
Gets
off
in
the
and out of
line.
his breaks. Yeah, he's nice.
So
we got some people out there, man.
He sounds like pro ready. Like a lot of times I'll see receivers training. I won't say necessarily the training side, but like when they're running routes on their own, they always trying to tippy toe off of the line of scrimmage.
Not him.
Like you trying to cross over the DB. I'm like, bro, you don't have time to do that in the league. Like you have to go hit a angle and take off. He got 4.3 speed.
Yeah.
I was throwing around the idea today. I'm like, man, I could see Antonio Williams maybe being the starter, right? Being the starter opposite Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, just eyeball. It's like watching the Bonds last night, watching the Wizards.
He looked good. He looked good too.
Yeah, he did.
And it was like, and I'm a Peterson. Peterson scared
Both are
me
good
because he just, when you don't show up to play the number one team in America, man, you miss it. No, dude, what's up?
Yeah.
Worried about, man, it's college. You at a big time school. Tell me they can't fix you at that school? So he scared me. But I'm so glad because this boy was an alien. 6'9", bringing the ball up. Oh, my. And going to the rack and defending. The whole Wizards thing, I was like, my goodness, they've been talking defense for a decade.
Decades.
They got young
you had an afro
out there. They're playing it, man. Since I had afro.
Yeah.
So I was so excited last night. I couldn't believe. I love the summer league. Everything going, well, they got them all to go there. You ain't got to twist nobody's arm to get them to go to Vegas. You know what I mean? Let's get real. We're giving you room, per diem, and you're in Vegas. Sign me up. But they were all there. Anthony Davis was there.
Yeah.
So this whole idea of team building, just like the Nationals, they proved that if you get the right people and they connect with players, you can get immediate results. And they're doing it. And I think the same thing's going to happen with the Wizards.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah,
I think that
and the Commanders
too.
I like this. We just saw Terry McLaurin, Jaden Daniels, De'Ami Brown, a bunch of those guys all working out together.
I like De'Ami.
Again.
I'm so glad De'Ami's back.
Man,
it's so good to see. I know he finished his season so well 2 years ago. Here they got $10 million from Jacksonville, and
good for him.
It didn't work out well there. But you know what? Their loss is the Commanders' gain, hopefully. So I like that part of it too. We're here with Rick Doc Walker, Believe in Commanders podcast, brought to you by FanDuel, part of the Believe Network. Please like, comment, and follow below. All right, let's move on the defense. I know as you mentioned, they were the AARP crew last year, but they got a lot younger, a lot of people that can come after the quarterback. You got an aggressive coordinator who, wasn't from the Dan Quinn coaching tree or anything, right? This is a guy who's an outsider. He's with Brian Flores in Minnesota. And Durante Jones. I mean, I like everything I hear about what they want to do. I just want to see it, right? But it looks like, Doc, they have put at least people in place now that you're going to have a chance to go out and do the things they say they want to do, which is attack the football and not be passive and be worried about all the miscommunication in the secondary, which was the story last year and even to some part the year before.
Not an excuse, but when their edge is, first of all, they couldn't create an edge. People ran sweeps on them. They couldn't get the pressure on the quarterback because and now they had a lot of people hurt. Once their top liners went, they didn't have depth. Right. Now they've got some werewolves on the edge again. We got people going to get upfield. So now we can dictate some things. And you got people in the middle that can get into zone coverage as athletes. Like Monty Coleman was our guy. They might have 2 or 3 people like that now with that kind of speed. Linebackers getting dropped. We talked a good game last year. We were told what we were going to do. We were going to be violent. We got very violent on your exits. Yeah, you weren't violent. You were violated. And so that clown show's done. I like the stability now. And now we are telling you up front, we're coming. You know we're coming, but you don't know where we're coming from. I love the defensive coordinator and the mindset of telling you, we're coming. You just don't know where we're coming from. and we got guys that can get to you in a hurry because we got athletes.
Yeah, linebacker position, I think, is going to be is key.
Oh, it's the best.
It's key because their
Best.
flexibility between rushing and being able to drop in coverage and covering running backs out of the backfield. That really was a hell of a problem last year. Just out of that room, man. Sonny Styles, obviously, we've got our own alien in wearing 52. Just what did you see from him? You talked about the eye test on Antonio Williams. What was your first take on Sonny Styles?
Well, no, I mean, freak. I mean, he's a specimen. Remind me of Monty Coleman. And playing with Monty, Monty was like that. A guy that's not supposed to be that fast, that big. He's not supposed to be able to do the things he can do, but he can do it. So you went from the slowest people on the planet to some of the fastest in one off season. That's how bad they were. And so we're waiting on people. We got that kid out of Kansas City who I love.
Chanel, yeah, Leo Chanel.
Oh my goodness! See, I got tape I can go pull. What you want to do, he's done. It can be done. I saw him do it. It's a playmaker, and he can run. And we were awful in personnel and in scheme a year ago. Now the injuries were a factor, but that's their fault. They picked the players, get some depth. Oh, you did, but the people you picked couldn't play. So it was a failure all the way across the board. And you got to admit it and then clean it up. And they've done it.
Yeah.
I give them credit for that.
I think he's got an interesting group of safeties, too, with Nick Cross, the Terp, coming in. What he did at Indy, he's a guy who can really get after the ball. Yeah, I like that. and then, obviously, the kid from Detroit, Amik Robertson, maybe not the
biggest, but
not the biggest guy, but he's tough, right?
And look who he played for. See, that's like getting me a guy right now. I know how he was trained. He was with F Troop. My boy Campbell. The line, give me as many lines as I can get.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I know he wasn't with a con artist. He wasn't with somebody selling you a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
We know how they play.
I ain't gonna ask for no. We should ask for some examples. I ain't gonna ask for no examples of con artists out there, but I know what you mean. You hate when you buy that, when you get the produce and you get there and you're like, this sucker is bad. I had one of those.
We heard about violence, but we didn't see any of it.
Yeah. Amik Robertson.
You were conned.
I like it.
Well, we led the country in conversation. We sounded great. Yeah, we warm up. Oh my God, get us. And the game start. They forgot the object of this. This to win the damn game.
Yeah.
Don't matter what you say. Can you stop the opponent? No. And so, yeah, it's. Look, man, when I went out there and I don't make a habit of hanging around non-padded practices. Okay. If I want to go to see flag, I'll go watch flag.
Right, you go watch flag, right?
Yeah, I don't do that. But I do it once I take my look. I say, oh, the athletic meter shot through the roof.
Yeah.
I was pleased. That team always has tempo.
Yeah.
They work hard. They practice hard. They have good intentions. They just didn't have any personnel.
Yeah.
And a lot of that, they got injured. And so their depth sucked.
Yeah.
Because they got a lot of young people that don't ever play. They bring in people that are young athletes. They don't play them in the games.
Yeah.
It's the biggest mystery I've ever seen in my league. They played all the old guys. None of the young guys get on the field.
Man, that's like a trust thing right
old
there.
People, and you could have been breaking into new people and give them experience.
I will say,
tell me.
Last year though, that's the one silver lining of all those injuries is that you got key reps from guys that wouldn't have played, right? Like when Terry was down, you wouldn't have seen a Jalen Lane or a Luke McCaffrey. They were going to be receivers 4 and 5 if we'd have had a healthy receiving core.
Yeah, glad we got Luke back. I like Luke.
Yeah, you talk about him.
I like them all. I just don't see him play enough.
Yeah. Do you feel like we have to get Washington needs to get another receiver, not necessarily Ayuk, but do you think they need to add a veteran in training camp time?
If somebody they like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, there are guys we know can play that may be available. And if it fits what they want, I mean, good.
Yeah.
What I'm concerned about is who's going to play left guard and center.
Yeah.
All that other stuff works. Because if you don't fix that,
it ain't gonna matter.
It don't matter who's out at wide receiver. They ain't getting the ball because the quarterback gonna be broken up on his back. So if you can't get a wide receiver, then you should be boiled in oil. I mean, this is the most craziest stuff I've ever heard in my life. I got to make sure the left guard is ready to go. If not, none of this works. And I hear all they run, not them, but the consensus of our base, wide receiver. Okay. First of all, I think we're good. Second of all, it don't matter who's out there if the quarterback is on his back. So we beefed up, and I think they've done a great job of it. I'm optimistic. I just need to get the scrimmage against the Ravens so these guys can get some work. Because if you come in there against Philadelphia light in the box, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick Doc Walker on the X at Rick Doc Walker. And, of course, you can check him out and hear him all the time on 106.7 The Fan, Team 980, Patreon as well at Doc Walker. And, of course, we do appreciate you stopping in. Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask you, where's LeBron going? Are you keep in touch, even though he's left your Lakers?
That's funny.
Have you done a voice message to him yet, like everybody else is supposed to?
No, I would thank him for his service because I'm not crazy. When he got to the Lakers, we were awful.
Yes, you were.
I mean, we were terrible. It's not even understand. So for that, never forget him for bringing it back. But he's just not a Laker. He's LeBron, and that's this old separate entity. And I'm not mad at him, but he got to take the act. And we're not good enough to tie up 2 roster spots on the team. See, and I don't want any players I need players, not GMs. I don't need co-owners. I need players. So when you on a team that understaffed, under talent, taking up 2 spots, gotta go.
Yeah, well, one of the spots is gone. The other one, for the time being, is still there. We'll see.
Won't be for long.
No, it won't be. I would imagine that's going to be like, hey, we've got the hostage here. Do you guys want him whenever he makes his decision?
Yeah, no, he'll be. And I'm not.
We will release his son, but you need to send us some draft picks.
It's not his fault. That kid was with SC. No. He was balling.
Yeah,
he was coming. He just should have been allowed to be a collegiate and do his thing.
Yeah,
he was headed in the right direction. Yeah, but that's like. But hey, man, do what he want to do with his own kids. But I'm just glad that organization out there got to get back into winning a business. And Golden State, look, I'm intrigued now. I'm following. Look, Bron is amazing.
Yeah,
he's amazing. I can't believe this dude is 40, whatever. The way he still plays. I had to go back and watch Heat highlights. I went back and watched some Heat highlights. I said, oh my God. Alien.
Yep.
I had forgotten how good he was.
Yeah.
He still is really good, but he was off the chart. The hops, that boy looked like a linebacker, man, dunking. In an NBA game, I'm like, I'm not mad at it, but it just, and then Luka. So you got one guy, here we got a guy going to bring his kid to work. Then we got another guy that don't play defense and tells you he ain't going to play.
Right.
Then we got a center that's awful. I think it's the worst situation if you're a fan of a team that you could ever be tied up with, and I'm so glad that it's over and they out of there.
Y'all made some. They made some big moves though before the decision to leave happened. So you don't know. Y'all might be all right out there. See what JJ do for you.
All right, Rick Doc Walker. Thank you so
much.
Keep
up the good work, guys.
Appreciate it.
All right. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you,
all right. For Anthony Armstrong, Scott Jackson's Believe in Commanders, part of the Believe Network, we are brought to you by FanDuel. Please like, comment, and follow, and we will talk to you next episode. See you.